2026 is shaping up to be bonkers for action-adventure anime fans. Every corner of the schedule is stacked, and honestly, my watch list is sobbing. So, let's count down the top 10 series we're dying to marathon and likely binge at 3 a.m. in 2026. We're talking legendary finales, long-awaited returns, and fresh stories destined to become your newest obsession. Expect jaw-dropping animation, absurd stunts, over-the-top battles, and just a dash of schadenfreude as we tackle these survival stories and epic quests. 10. Wistoria, Wand and Sword, Season 2, April 2026. Kicking off the list is the return of Wistoria, Wand and Sword, and yes, it's ready to carve its way back into our watch lists. Adapted from Fujino Omori of Dungeon fame and Toshi Aoi's manga, it centers on Will, a boy who can't cast magic but wields a sword in a world ruled by spellcasters. The first season premiered on Crunchyroll in July 2024 and earned a cult following. On September 10th, 2025, it was announced that Season 2 will debut worldwide in April 2026. A teaser visual shows Will ready for new battles, and a trailer has been released to recap Season 1's highlights. The Comics Beat report states explicitly that Wistoria, Wand and Sword returns in April 2026, with the same team at Bandai Namco Pictures and Actus. Season 2 will continue Will's struggle at a magic academy and his promise to save someone precious, promising more magical duels and heroic determination. The series blends adventure and coming-of-age elements, and fans look forward to its mix of swordplay and fantasy. Although less high-profile than other entries, Wistoria's confirmed Season 2 cements its place among next year's exciting adventures. 9. Reincarnated as a Sword, Season 2, Fall 2026. Yes, you read that right, someone actually got reincarnated as a sword. What started as one of the most bizarre premises in anime has turned into one of its most beloved surprises. Against all odds, Reincarnated as a Sword carved out a loyal fan base, transforming from a quirky experiment into a full-blown isekai hit. Now, Season 2 is officially locked in for fall 2026, with High Dive confirming it as part of their stacked lineup. AMC Networks even went as far as to call it one of the standouts isekai of recent years. A bold claim, but one that fans might just agree with. The story picks up with our nameless hero, reborn not as a mage, knight, or dragon, but as a sentient magic longsword, continuing his journey alongside Frieren, the fierce orphaned warrior who wields him. This unlikely duo has already proven themselves in brutal battles, but the next chapter promises even greater tests. Demons, bandits, and whole new enemies lie ahead, daring to underestimate the strange bond between a young girl and her talking blade. Comic relief aside, Sword Season 2 will see Frieren, the human who wields our hero weapon, leveling up and duking it out with demons, bandits, and basically anyone who underestimates the power of a pointy answerer 2.0. Expect clever swordplay, ridiculous power-ups, and the kind of goofy mentor-student chemistry that keeps this series charming. 8. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, Season 2, January 16th, 2026. The fantasy epic Frieren Beyond Journey's End was a breakout hit of 2023, famed for its emotional depth. Studio Madhouse's adaptation of Kanehito Yamada and Tsukasa Abe's manga won fans and critics, even being voted one of the highest-rated anime ever on aggregator sites. Frieren's story is unconventional. It follows Frieren, an elven mage who served in a hero's party that defeated a demon king, as she lives on for centuries and grapples with the passing of time and mortality. On September 26, 2025, Games Radar confirmed Season 2 will premiere on January 16, 2026. The new season will adapt the continued northern travels arc of the manga as Frieren journeys north to fulfill her final promise. Given Frieren's unique tone, a mixture of reflective slice of life and heartfelt adventure, the upcoming episodes are eagerly awaited. 7. Sekiro, No Defeat, 2026. From a legendary game, Sekiro, Shadows Die. Twice is getting an anime spin-off called Sekiro, No Defeat coming in 2026. Fans are absolutely counting down the seconds and the respawns. The premise is basically relive Sekiro's agonizing boss fights, but in glorious 2D Sakuga, our shinobi wolf, prosthetic arm and all, will slice and dice through a supernatural Sengoku-era Japan while trying to protect the divine heir. In the game, you die, respawn, and die again in spectacular ways, and the anime promises the same relentless loop of death is the tutorial. 6. Fire Force, Season 3, Part 2, January 2026. The flame-throwing extravaganza of Fire Force continues with Season 3's second core, premiering January 2026. This is literally the grand finale of Fire Force, as promised by the official key visual release. Company 8's Hyper Blaze battles against the Evangelist and Infernal monsters will hit max heat. Remember those firefighters with pyrotechnic superpowers? Well, by Part 2, we're going full throttle into the Evangelist's madness. According to Hypebeast, Part 2 will adapt the final manga arcs and deliver deliver the high-octane action fans expect and an emotional resolution. In short, Shinra and Arthur better brace themselves, because the final boss is basically Armageddon in a carnival mask. We're talking demonic infernos, fiendish church conspiracies, and yes, plenty of eyeball lasers. And since this final run is simulcast on Crunchyroll, no excuses. Expect backflips on molten streets and absurd sparks flying. It's Fire Force at its absolute climax, meaning there's no cooling down now. Leave your fire extinguisher at home. It won't help anyway. 5. Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Part 4. The Calamity, 2026. Bleach's long-awaited final chapter is confirmed for 2026. Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War covered a major part of Tite Kubo's manga, adapting the long battles with the Quincy's. The anime's Part 4, titled The Calamity, will continue and wrap up the story. Games Radar notes that the official word, announced at Anime Expo 2025, is that Part 4 will premiere in 2026. This final core will adapt the last manga chapters, 664 to 686, bringing Ichigo Kurosaki and allies to the climax against the Quincy Emperor Iwatch. Details are still sparse, but teasers show Ichigo's dual-blade Bankai, and previews of the series' final battles. 4. Fate Strange Fate, January 3rd, 2026. The endless Holy Grail Wars stumble on into 2026 with Fate Strange Fake, arriving January 3rd. If you thought Fate Whispers was enough, Fate cranks it up. This time, the war's been recreated in the US, with new masters and servants drawn from history's largest trash bin. The teaser says it follows on from the Whispers of Dawn film, meaning all hell breaks loose in a dinky American town. Whether it's assassin elves or royalty with machine guns, they're going big. This series will absolutely roast the concept of yet another Holy Grail war, pushing its servants into pure chaos. It's Fate's power crunch with essentially unlimited budget. Imagine your favorite swordsman fighting endless clones. And of course, there's the big question: will these anti-heroes actually save the world or just blow it up even more spectacularly? Either way, we're ready for some very PG-13 action. And by PG-13, we mean no, that beam's definitely splitting skyscrapers. Citations aside, one thing's sure: if you need a lesson in fight choreography, Fake is handing out lessons with 100 servants in the ring at once. 3. Hell's Paradise, Jigokuraku Season 2, January 2026. The convicts with the worst jobs in anime are back. Hell's Paradise. Season 2 premieres January 2026, and with it, we endure more Sawatari and pals hopping from one Demon Island nightmare to another. It all started when a bunch of death row criminals were basically told good news, you're a hero now, and bad news, you're also cannon fodder for a goddess. Well, turn that up to 11, because Season 2 continues Mappa's brutal, lava-spewing war horror. According to the official announcement, we're facing deadlier monsters and cutthroat alliances now that the search for the elixir of life is still ongoing. Our ninja hero, Gabamaru, is still trying not to faceplant every 5 minutes, and everyone's sharpening new blades after last season's betrayals. Expect insanity, creepy undead rabbit monsters, Buddhist sword demons, you name it. One moment you're gasping at a grotesque Tensen transformation, the next you're wondering how anyone can joke about it. Yes, the manga was that bonkers. Hell's Paradise has always walked that fine line between stunning action and holy hell, and Season 2 will stomp that line into the ground. And thanks to Mappa, every fight will make our eyes bleed from adrenaline, and possibly jealousy for not having those animations. Essentially, if you loved murder beasts and skeptical heroes, this second season is your dark, nightmarish orgy of violence. 2. Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation Season 3, April 2026. After a 2-year wait, Rudeus is finally coming back. Mushoku Tensei Season 3 is officially confirmed for April 2026. That's right, our underachieving 34-year-old turned toddler turned OP mage returns in spring, and he's still hopping mad about some very childish stuff. Will he break everyone's ankles on purpose? Probably. But all the seriousness aside, this series is action-adventure at its OTT finest. Magic battles, demon slayers, anti-hero antics, and enough drama to drown an ocean. Producer Nobuhiro Osawa even hinted they might adapt everything. Imagine Buster Sword showdowns and guild wars as Rudeus bulldozes through his regrets. Whether he's charming a demon lord or doing math homework with a toddler's brain, it's going to be an epic watch. Mushoku's blend of heartfelt character growth and explosive wizard duels means Season 3 could top even the high bar of 100 million ratings. Put simply, Rudeus' adventures are like that one friend who never shut up about their D&D campaign. We missed them, we want more, and boy did they leave us hanging on a cliff. Before jumping to the top spot, here are 2 upcoming action-adventure anime that absolutely deserve the mention. First is The Ghost in the Shell, new TV series, 2026. A landmark of cyberpunk anime, Ghost in the Shell is getting a brand new TV adaptation in 2026. Science Saru, known for Dandadan and Inuo, has announced a series simply titled The Ghost in the Shell, based on Masamune Shirow's original 1989-91 manga. This will be the fourth main anime adaptation following the classic 1995 film by Mamoru Oshii, the standalone Complex TV series, and others. Notably, Ghost in the Shell, 2026, is directed by Moko-chan, Toma Kimura, and written by sci-fi author To En-jo. We know it's set to premiere sometime in 2026, but no exact month is yet public. With Science Saru's distinct animation style and Shiro's enduring cyberpunk themes, the series promises fresh visuals and philosophical depth. The second is Suikoden, the anime. 2026, retro RPG lovers, rejoice. Konami's classic Suikoden 2 finally gets an anime in 2026. Titled Suikoden, the anime, this will retell the RPG's epic Rebelverse Empire war story with all 108 stars of destiny. And Konami Animation breathe life into a world of iconic villains and loyal companions. Expect sprawling battlefields, political intrigue, and a sense of camaraderie, as Ryu and his ragtag armies try to overthrow a corrupt regime. And yes, those crystalline runes and magical bucklers will look gorgeously animated. The Toho animation staff on board means they're not messing around. In other words, it's 90s JRPG nostalgia on steroids, with pixelated secrets and ominous medieval trumpets replaced by actual drama, heart, and rotating camera angles. If Lord of the Rings and Final Fantasy had a baby, this is it, and we're ready to collect all 108 cheers. 1. Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 3, January 2026. And the most anticipated series of all is the Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, of course. Starting January 2026, the Culling Game arc officially kicks off. Every time a new JJK season drops, the internet stops, and we fully expect January 2026 to be curse, vibe, and mayhem central. This is, without a doubt, the arc that everyone's been screaming for. It's a battle royale where every shaman in Japan and a few resurrected legends get thrown into one sprawling kill fest. We've seen teaser after teaser with horrifying new curses, Utah's return, and sorcerers essentially playing Fortnite with finger guns. The stakes are higher than Gojo's skyscraper throwing record. It's part deadly tournament, part street race through demon dimension, all culminating in Sukuna's universe-shattering rage, because come on, is it even JJK if King of Curses doesn't steal the show? In fact, games and trailers already promise every main and side character to shine, because it's a huge JJK roster party. Think of those big double-page manga spreads, now animated. We can't wait. And there you have it, the top 10 anime that are going to make 2026 one for the history books. But hey, I know this list is just the beginning. The anime industry loves its surprise announcements, and 2026 will undoubtedly bring unexpected bangers we don't even know about yet. So let me know in the comments which series you're most excited for and which snubs have you ready to throw hands. If you enjoyed this preview, do the algorithm a solid and smash that like button, subscribe for more anime content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss me screaming about these shows when they actually air. See you in the next one.